JP,
Yeah.
James Harden,
Sure.
finally making his debut tonight. You know, it sounds like Ben Simmons is coming along slowly, but all the expectation is that he's going to be coming back very soon. You look at this trade, James Harden for Ben Simmons. Obviously, there's a lot of other pieces in that, but we're going to look back next year, 5 years from now, and you're like, who won this trade? Who were the biggest expectations for? And you look at it and you say, all right, James Harden, he's coming back next year. They know that it has the player option that he's going to pick up. And then you have Ben Simmons, a guy that we haven't seen in almost a year.
Sure.
He has a lot of expectations. Can he shoot the ball? Mentally, is he right? And can he fit in with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? I look at it and I said, it's Ben Simmons all the way. This is a guy that has the monster contract, and he's the one that we haven't seen anything from since last year in the playoffs. And the last taste that fans got from Ben Simmons was him shrinking in the playoffs. So I think the biggest expectations are for him. But you at home can vote along with us. James Harden, what are the big, or just can't talk today. What are the expectations with the Sixers for James Harden? PlayTheRally.com. You can scan the QR code.
All right, so I don't think it's as open and shut as what you say it is in terms of Ben Simmons having more pressure in this situation. I agree that there's a ton of pressure on Ben Simmons.
Right.
Like, we want to see what he looks like, and if he doesn't live up to expectations, I think there's going to be this narrative that there was a lot of, just strife going on for no reason. But when you look at James Harden, it's not like this is a guy who has been a saint his whole career. He's had issues in different places. You can go back to Houston, where he forced his way out of there. He demanded a trade. He came into training camp late. He was overweight. He talked poorly about the team while he was still a member of the team. Really made it a situation to where they had no other choice but to trade him. Then he gets to Brooklyn. And everybody's like, oh man, this is going to be a great situation. You got KD, you got Kyrie, you got James Harden. These guys are going to go out and compete for a championship. And we never really got to see that for a lot of different reasons. Kyrie Irving decided that he didn't want to get the vaccine. Kevin Durant got hurt. And so you got James Harden out here, and he started looking around and saying, man, I don't think this is what I really signed up for. And so he forced his way out of there too. So you're looking at two spots where he's forced his way out of. Now, I want to read a list of names off to you because he's been around some really good players. Mentioned Kevin Durant, mentioned Kyrie Irving. How about Russ Westbrook? How about Dwight Howard? How about Chris Paul? Now he's with Joel Embiid. If he cannot be successful, to me, this says a lot about him because he's been in situations where he's forced his way out to try to level up to a better situation. He's played with superstars. Now there's no more excuse. You got to go out there and you got to ball.
This is the biggest thing for me. If you look at the 76ers before the trade, it was Joel Embiid and no Ben Simmons, and they were still one of the best teams in the East. Now you bring over James Harden, a guy who was already playing. That's gravy for them. If you look at the Nets, they had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, and they are almost out of the playoff picture. They're expecting Ben Simmons to be a huge part of what they do in the second half.
I mean, I think there's a lot of different variables that go into that situation for the Nets, but I think James Harden is in a position right now that he forced his way into where he needs to be successful.